Hi everybody, welcome back to the more YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. And it isn't about Newcastle United. No, it is about Manchester United and Manchester United's manager, Erik Ten Hag, or Erik Ten Hag, as I've called him in this video. If you don't know already, Erik Ten Hag is all over the football world in terms of his comments regarding Jadon Sancho. He was asked about where Jadon Sancho was in the Manchester United squad, and Erik Ten Hag felt the need to tell the journalists that Jadon Sancho obviously wasn't selected because he wasn't putting it in training. He wasn't doing enough to basically warrant a space in the Manchester United squad. The journalist then pushed on the matter, and then Erik Ten Hag decided to say that there's high standards at Manchester United, and you have to show that you're willing to play and you want to put it in and all this kind of stuff anyway. And this prompted Jadon Sancho to obviously come out with a statement on social media, and it's all kind of blown up. So this is what Jadon Sancho had came out and said. He said, "Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that are completely untrue. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all decisions that are made by the coaching staff. I play with fantastic players and I'm grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what." Wow. So let's just unpick this then. So just for the record, Jadon Sancho, the Manchester United flop, as everybody calls him, right? The kid's 23 years old, okay? He's had 82 appearances for Manchester United, 12 goals and 6 assists. Smart worked that out as a goal contribution, 1 in every 4 games, I think is what he said, right? Jadon Sancho is a young man. He's 23 years old. He came over to Manchester United with a huge price tag on his shoulders after being fantastic at Borussia Dortmund. He has struggled with his mental health, and that's been out there and open for the footballing world to see. And I think this is bad management by Erik Ten Hag personally. I don't think it's bad management that he's speaking to Jadon Sancho in terms of his lack of application in training. That's something that a football manager does every single day. Where I think Ten Hag has got this completely wrong is he's outed the player in public. And I think that's completely wrong. All this kind of shit should stay in-house. You shouldn't be out there talking about that kind of stuff to the media. The media don't need to know if a player isn't putting it in training, that's why you're not picking him. Just say, "I'm not picking him." Just say, he's not in my thoughts at the moment, and move on. As a manager, you should be media trained enough not to create a circus around you. And as I said, this is a young player. This is a 23-year-old lad who has had his problems with mental health. And Ten Hag apparently at the time gave the player the break to allow him go and try and get the support and help that he needed, which put Ten Hag in a really good light. The way he handled Ronaldo, that looked, put him in a good light as well in terms of the way he conducted himself. This does not put him in a very good light at all. And for Manchester United are not in a good light at the moment at all. They're playing terrible. They're not getting results. The recruitment's questionable. It's the thing with Mason Greenwood doesn't sit well with anybody. Apparently he was getting binned with gross misconduct. Now he's on loan at Getafe with a 6-month buyback clause or some shit like that. The thing with Anthony is not this. Manchester United are not in a good place right now. And I think for Ten Hag to play this the way he has is really, really bad management. Maybe it's a frustration element from everything that's going on that I've just mentioned there. But in terms of Jadon Sancho, this is a boy who's 23 years old, has bags of abilities. He was one of the most exciting youngsters in Europe. And for whatever reason, it isn't working at Manchester United, right? Maybe he's got a wrong coach, okay? Maybe Jadon Sancho is the right player, but with the wrong coach. And they need to sell him. They need to move him on, right? And if that's the case, put him on a transfer market. You would have been able to shift him. Somebody would have took a chance and bought Jadon Sancho or took him away on loan or something like that. But for you to come out in the media and to say this kid basically isn't putting it in training, is not just committing, I suppose, a cardinal sin to him in his career, because it casts shade on his character. And I can understand why he's come out and he's defended himself, because he does not want football and managers around the world to think that he's lazy or he's got an attitude problem. He doesn't put it in training because they won't want to sign him. He won't get an escape from Manchester United. Ten Hag doesn't want to play him. That's fine. Don't play him, right? But don't turn around and slag the kid off in public, especially when his mental health is potentially fragile and delicate, and he's been through a lot of stuff, and he's needed that extra support. This is a terrible way to handle a player like that. Now look at Dele Alli. We didn't know half the shit Dele Alli was going through until he come out and did that interview with Gary Neville. Sean Dyche has handled Dele Alli superbly well. And if you look at the way that Is it Damari Gray's out and Sean Dyche as well, trying to force a move away from Everton. I mean, I don't agree with that. I mean, Sean Dyche has kept his powder dry as far as I know in terms of Damari Gray. He's not come out and slagged him off in the media, but Damari Gray's felt the need to drag Sean Dyche into the media, but he's handled it well. He hasn't responded. Ten Hag on this one got this completely wrong, in my opinion. I feel a bit sorry for Sancho. I really do. I think he's been incredibly mismanaged by this manager, by this football club. I never thought the move was really good from him to start with. It's definitely been a terrible move. I think the player needs to move. I think Manchester United need to let him move, send him out on loan or whatever. But his wages are a big problem. Maybe the Saudi Arabian League could be an option for this player, but it certainly looks like there's no way back from Manchester United, I think, after this incident. Now, I've seen some former players come out and dig him out. And I think Ben Foster, and I like Ben Foster. He seems like a great guy, but I don't agree with this either. He said, if he'd done this under Ferguson, he wouldn't be allowed back into the training pitch. But that was 20 odd years ago, Foster. The world has changed. Ferguson couldn't manage the same way that he manages now, with mental health and with that delicacy being needed, certainly with these young players. You wouldn't be able to rule an iron fist like Ferguson used to do. You need to be a bit smarter. You need to be a bit more empathetic than that. Ten Hag is trying to manage like fucking Mike Bassett, England manager here. It's not working. It's clearly not working for your team because you're not picking up results, and it's not working for your players either. You've got discord in your dressing room, and you're not handling this young player, this very talented young player, well at all. I'm sure Gareth Southgate has probably been on the blower to Sancho to try and have a chat with him, make sure he's okay, because he obviously wants him to be an England player for years to come. At 23 years old, he's got his best years ahead of him. But I don't think those best years are going to be at Manchester United. So let us know what you think in the comments below, guys. If you agree with me, if you think Ten Hag has been a bit harsh, if you think Ten Hag is being spot on. Whether you're a Manchester United fan or not, your comments are welcome here. We're a Newcastle channel predominantly, but we do quite often comment on all things football. And I just think this one, Ten Hag has got this wrong. I really do. And I think in the cold light of day, I think he would rethink those comments in the press conference. And I hope it doesn't set Jadon Sancho back any further in terms of his mental health. But let us know, guys, what you think. As we say, we've always got room for you guys in the comments. We always do our best to try and reply to. If you like this kind of thing, smash subscribe, come and join us. Be part of the Evermore community. We've got loads of room for you here. We've got a live show every Monday and pop up, thoughts and rants just like the one I've done now. So that's me done with this one for today. Have a cracking day wherever you are, everyone, and we'll see you later. Cheers.